The brand new brawler Grom 1v1 versus every other brawler in Brawl Stars. How will he do? Well, spoiler alert, for a thrower, he puts out some serious damage. So we're going to take a look at him. I'll show you everything that he can do, and then we're going to pit him 1v1 versus every brawler in Brawl Stars. And be sure to subscribe if you want to see the Fang 1v1 as well, because trust me, you do not want to miss that one. That dude is cracked, man. Now, Grom is an epic brawler, so you'll be able to get him out of boxes or for free in the Grom challenge coming December the 23rd. If you do decide to buy him or any of the new stuff, be sure to use code LEX. Now, Grom has 4,500 hit points at max level, so decently tanky for a thrower. His main attack, he throws his walkie-talkie, whose name is Bud, by the way. It splits into 4 directions and does 1,500 damage. Now, you can increase that damage by equipping his second star power called X Factor. How this works is, the further the split bombs travel outward from the initial hit, the more damage they will do, similar to Piper's main attack. If someone's getting too close to you, you can throw it at your feet and then it will extend outwards, dealing more damage. This is a great way to keep people from chasing you, or you can just equip his first star power, Foot Patrol, and run away. With this star power, Grom will run 15% faster when he has his super fully charged. Speaking of that super, it is a bigger and badder version of his main shot that deals more damage, knocks enemies back, as well as destroys walls. Just like you should destroy that like button right now. But don't break your phone, please. Grom has some utility too with his gadget, where he drops a watchtower that will reveal enemies in the grass for you and your team. It's a really big area, however, this station can be destroyed and it will lose health over time before going away. Now, for these interactions, we have gone back to just doing the base interactions. The reason for this is these 1v1 videos were getting too long with how many brawlers we're getting, but I am going to be showing you some gameplay of Grom throughout, so watch till the end. But let's get this party started right with the Trophy Road Brawlers.
Put you under my belt. I will show you. I put you under my belt.
Now, at the start of these interactions, I hadn't yet figured out that I could just throw my shot at my feet and let it extend out, dealing more damage, so Grom would have beaten Nita and perhaps even Jessie too, but overall, Grom still did a great job, especially for a thrower. Now that I had the hang of how his shots were working, things got even better for him, so check him out against the rare brawlers.
I will show you where love is. I am in chocolate.
Okay, so the tanks he still can't beat, even at max range, but for a brawler that you're always going to want to stay back and behind cover, he actually does quite a bit of damage. There is one downside though. At max range, I think that his shots are going to be pretty easy to avoid as the split pattern is always predictable, but nevertheless, let's see how he does against these super rare brawlers.
Back then, we all had to suffer.
Against the mid-range brawlers, Grom fares pretty well. This is a bit tricky though, as if you want to get max damage, you're not only going to have to predict their movements, but also judge your shots and how they split and where, so that they then travel their max distance to deal that damage. However, if you do have a brawler chasing you, then it'll be a lot easier to throw the shot at your feet while you're retreating, and it'll deal more damage to them as they follow you. Again, keep in mind that this is a thrower that is winning some matchups where other throwers like Tick or Barley, they wouldn't even stand a chance. Okay, so Grom kind of gets dumped on by the epic brawlers, but there are a couple interesting things here. First off, he unloads his shots very quickly, and if you throw them right at your feet, it reduces the travel time, allowing you to deal even more damage faster. Secondly, if a brawler is right near you, then you can throw your shot the opposite direction so that it splits and travels back through you to deal that extra damage. Now, it's probably not the easiest thing to do in practice, but in theory, it does work. Now let's see how good Grom is at patrolling Mythic Row. All of these matchups are actually really close. Well, except for Byron, who is the worst performer in these tests, but he's still a great brawler. Which just brings up the point that I always mention, is that these tests are merely just some information for you to see how the brawlers would do if, the more important factors like skill, maps, mode, all of those were taken out of the equation. But all in all, Grom did very well against the Mythics. How will he do against the cream of the crop? Roll the legendaries. Spike absolutely dominates him when he's positioned perfectly, but if he goes a little further away, then he gets beaten pretty easily. Meg gets beat too, but outside of her mech form, she's really weak. Now, inside of her mech form, she would absolutely dominate Grom up close, as well as most other brawlers. For the rest of the brawlers, it was actually a pretty good showing, and he fared really well. Now, on to the last section of brawlers, and that's the Chromatics. With the Chromatics, it's either a close fight or Grom beats them. He's even able to out-damage Lola, which is really impressive. So then, how good is Grom going to be? Well, it's complicated. I'll explain to you right after you listen to his voice lines.
Don't move. I will be returning. Yet! I am left with my own nose. Pancake! I hear the children laughing at me. I do not like. Oi, what was this? Back then, we all had to suffer. Yoki Panky! I will show you where lobsters spend winter. I am teaching, but you are not learning. With one left hand. It was written on your forehead. I am in chocolate. I put you under my belt. What you sow, you will reap. I have full pants of happiness. I am jumping out of my pants. Who is laughing at Grom now? I go now. Must be careful. I am not in my own plate. Things exploding. Grustoska. Optimism is lack of information. Must remember bring walkie-talkie. More walkie, less talkie. Don't rush the horses. Here comes the big boom. It is time for party.
While Grom can deal a lot of damage, in a normal fight, it's going to be very hard to replicate what I just did. To make matters worse, his shots are going to be, I think, rather easy to dodge at max range. His super takes a long time to build up, and while his super is exceptional at destroying cover and knocking back enemies, I don't think he's going to be an exceptional brawler. I don't think he's going to be bad, but I just don't think that he's going to be like a world beater either. His gadget is extremely situational. One of his star powers encourages you to not use your super, which is like one of the best things of his kit. So I think he's going to be just an average brawler. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give him a 6. Not bad, but not remarkable. But you let me know what you think of Grom, and stay tuned for that Fang 1v1 because it is quite the different story. That's going to wrap it up. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, until next time, I'll catch you guys on the flip side.